Hello guys, and welcome back to the Rush Guy channel. Today we're heading out to Justus Walker's farm, so let's get driving. So guys, we finally made it out to Justus Walker's place. It's just down there, the house in the background, and we're going to have a little bit of a tour of the farm. The road coming in was really good this time. Every single time we've come before, we've always had either rain or snow beforehand, and we've always gotten bogged. But this time, we drove straight in without a problem, so that was great. All right, let's have a look around. There we go. How you going? You're beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Good girl. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, I think we've been both here, but
Yeah.
And that's one border.
Yep.
And then there's a stream.
Right now we are standing just in front of the main house. In this building they process the milk from the goats, and they also make cheeses here.
And then from that corner to the far corner is about 3 kilometers.
okay.
And that's basically.
So is there any farmland behind you?
So we just come up a bit further up. This is like a little place where they have an outdoor kitchen and they can eat as well. And they've got satellite internet here. And now we're coming up into the barn. So this barn is dug halfway into the ground, and they've got a roof on it which has gone on in the last couple of years.
Cooler in the winter, cooler in the summer.
Yeah.
The main thing was I wanted to get it where I could never have freeze,
Yeah.
so that I could run water. Like
Yeah.
that was my most important thing.
And what's your...
And the current status is we had to take the roof off, the dirt roof, because I did a total miscalculation.
Mm-hmm.
The pitch of the roof, even when it's underground, has to be enough to shed water.
Yeah.
Because even though you've got grass growing on the roof,
Yeah.
like it's an absolute 100% green roof, you get enough water, it goes through that layer of dirt and builds up underneath, and either makes a it will either pool in big giant lakes and then go through, or so it will find a way eventually. So the whole thing was like you need to make, even though it's an underground, it needed to have a much bigger grade. And I've got a pitch here, but it just wasn't enough. And so that was my big mistake, and it kept leaking, and I couldn't ever get it to not leak. So this is our barn. You know, we got a feed, what's it called in English?
A trough?
Well, you can drive through it.
Yeah,
I don't know what is in Russian. So you can drive through here, and then I have these gates where I can open and go through and out the other side. I can do that with a horse. It's a little bit tight for the equipment, for milking, and then we put them out. And,
Okay, straight in still.
Yep. And so then you got your goats that are, what's it called? What are not milked are out there.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
goats that have
yeah,
already been milked
yeah,
are out
yeah,
there.
yeah. So you dry
And you got
them.
like 5 or 6 goats. So
Yeah.
that's not a big deal.
Now we are coming out from the underground barn and we're going to head around to the top here where they have a storage area for tractors and all sorts of things.
That operates like this. You know, all your village people, that sort of stuff. No,
I think the metal. It really comes in handy if you need to weld something or whatever. Go find something, cut it up. Yeah. So, say what?
Yeah, this is the top of the barn.
Yeah.
So the barn's on
The barn's still not free.
The barn's still pretty warm. Like we had a few years, a few days where the near the ceiling there was out. So this one we put it all back together, rebuilt the engine, put it all back together, and now we hydraulic pump. This again, it's the thing. The hydraulic pump is fine.
Yeah.
It has the what's it called?
right now. It's going to be for a little longer. Sure, I might not have all the width angles, blah, 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 blah. But frankly, even in Australia with my tractors,
My whole thing was
I can fix myself.
My whole thing was you try to buy new Russian or as new as you can.
Yeah.
But if you or use like whatever.
Yeah.
That was with the
Strong, they're pulling you down.
So these are like rabbit cages or
chicken tractors. We aren't using them now because chicken tractors work really well for birds.
Yeah.
They don't work really well for layers, but yeah, those are chicken tractors.
Here we have their tea shed. So they collect Ivan chai off their fields. They bring it here. Then it gets wilted. After that, it gets crushed. Then into a fermentation process. And then the last step of it is getting dried. After that, it's packaged and ready for sale.
So this is just the extension to that.
Yeah.
Here we have some yurts. This is where Justus Walker and his family lived when they first moved to this farm. Now it's additional accommodation. And to the right, we have the banya, which also has some accommodation on top as well.
No problem there laughing.
It's a pretty little thin, but they'll be
Yeah.
fine for.
Yeah.
I mean. The other thing where you see the big pipe, the 220 millimeter pipe, it goes from the intake up almost right next to the spring start. That's for our hydroelectric dam, for the power station. And there's a little pipe you see, there's a 50 millimeter pipe in the stream, and that goes down below that little house. Down below, there's it goes into a pump basically, and then we pump it in the ground after that. So we have the banya, we're on Bear Lake, the yurt.
Now we are heading to see how Justus Walker gets power on his farm. This farm has no mains power, which means there's no power coming from the village nearby. So all the power for this farm is produced on the farm. He has a hydro power system and also a solar panel power system, which working together, they provide the power for this farm.
You know, and part of that was 10 hectares hayfield, and then I got up to 27 hectares, and I was like, well, it's just
Big time, yeah.
And I'm like at 240, and it's like, yeah, maybe we'll put another 100 on here. No, stop!
The beautiful thing about hay, it's generally a low maintenance,
Yeah.
especially if you just got better hay.
Yep. So this is the hydroelectric. So the pipe comes down to here, and then we have the 2 turbines.
Yep.
And when we turn both turbines on, the pipe can give us as much as 25 liters a second.
Yep.
Right now, the water is really down everywhere.
Yeah.
So low rivers and everything. So this little stream should be able to easily provide that with us. Right now, it can't.
Yep.
So we have basically half the pipe, so like 12 liters a second, 13 liters a
Yep.
second, going through the
Yep.
one turbine, and that gives about 900 watts per hour.
Okay.
And it doesn't sound like much, but it's when rain or
It's
shine.
24.
It's 24. And if you even have a little bit of a, even a basically what I call it is it's a buffer battery bank. Like we're not trying to save up 7 days worth of sun so that you can, it's just a buffer. Like it literally has enough kilowatts in there.
Now we are under the main house. Here he showed us how his heating system works and a few other things.
But yeah, this is the whole system.
Yep.
So I've got the outside boiler and I've got a glycerin-based coolant that goes in the system.
Yep.
And then I got the manifold here so I can heat the first floor of glycerin. On the other side is water.
Yep.
And that water goes through a secondary system circuit that heats the cheese pot upstairs for making cheese. Yep.
Also, we have a little room just tucked away back here where he does a lot of his office work and creates quite a bit of his YouTube content as well.
So you can get a hot enough temperature. What's it, what, about 60?
Internal boiler.
Yeah.
So it sits outside, and
So this runs pretty much year round for you because you're.
this little thing, it just doesn't stop.
Yeah,
Like it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And just literally, I mean, pretty much always got a fire in it.
Yeah.
So in the summer we let it go out. Like he'll stoke it once in the morning.
Yeah.
And he won't put a whole load in. He'll just put in enough to get the water up for what he needs, and that gives us hot water for the house as well. But then we let it go out, of course, at night. Yeah. But in the winter you stoke it up, the whole thing. Yeah. And that gives you anywhere between 24 and 48 hours worth of, depending on what you're doing. If you're just heating the house, it gives you up to 2 days of hot water and heat for the house. Yeah. So you're running the cheese.
So as we were leaving Justus Walker's place, we noticed a bit of a rattle under our car. It turns out that our bash plate was coming a little bit loose. So here we are under the car using a few cable ties just to hold everything in place until we can get home and fix it properly.
Is that like the rock shield or something?
It's a bash plate, so protect certain parts of your motors, like a sump and
good
stuff like that.
Very important.
I should probably trim this one off. Hold on. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video of going to Justus Walker's farm. A big thank you to Justus Walker and his family for inviting us to his farm as well. It was really nice. If you did like the video, be sure to check out the first 2 videos of our trip down there. I'll put a link up here with the playlist with them on them, and those videos will also be in the description below, so you can go check those out. They're really interesting. Anyway, if you guys did like the video, leave it a big thumbs up. Write your comments down below, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can do that just down below as well, so you stay up to date with our adventures here in Russia, of us looking to buy a farm and starting a farm here in Russia. It should be really exciting. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.